Hello and welcome back to our channel where we speak all about trading and the psychology of it and the technical analysis and a lot of things that will help you actually become a great trader. And in this video, I actually want to speak about why most people think that trading it's easy, especially for new beginners, okay? And then as they get into it, they at the beginning maybe earn a bit of money, but then they lose a whole lot. And then they are getting so mad that sometimes they break their computers, their laptops, sometimes they break the door, the TV, whatever the heck it is. And sometimes they might even lose their house or whatever the case might be, that hopefully we never end up being there or end up seeing those days. That's why we talk a lot about the different type of technical analysis that we need to do and the educational part to make sure that every day we get better by 1% and improve and move forward. Even if we have a loss, we learn from that loss, and then right away we do the accurate thing to do, which is size down and slowly make sure that our edge is working to our advantage, and then you can scale up. Okay, so let's start and talk about it. So we will talk first thing about why people think that it's easy and then they get mad. So let me just go right there, okay, and hide the chart that we did. And I will tell you actually crazy thing that you know, I have somebody, a relative, that you know, at the beginning when they started, so they made some money. Okay, just buy. I feel like it's going up. Buy. They would buy. Okay, let's say they would buy here. Oh, it's moved up. Don't worry, it's going okay, little down, no big deal. It's gonna go up, and then all of a sudden it goes down a bit. Okay, we still green, no worries, goes up a bit, and then all of a sudden became so red that they don't know when to recoup the funds. Okay, and then you know, they don't know to exit, not to exit, and they end up sometimes holding so long just for it to come back up, and they close it at, let's say an example, $1,000 or maybe $500, but yet they were at the loss of like close to $10,000. I actually speak right now to somebody that messaged me and said, hey, what do you think? Should I hold? Should I close it? Should I sell it? I said, look, you're still, like, over the weekend he made $2,000 on the trade. Sounds good, right? But he still read $5,000. Still read $5,000, and the crazy thing is that he didn't even recognize that. So I told him, you recognize, like, you made $2,500 over the weekend, great, but you are still green close to $5,000. So he's like, oh shoot, I didn't recognize my average price is that, which is a whole lot from that. You know, so it's very crazy, and hopefully we don't have to experience something like that, because then you are holding it for no reason. Okay, so that's one thing, because you will see that it's moving up, and a lot of people play based on guess or feelings or you know, hope or some type of negative thought that will not last too long. Okay, you know, we want to say that hope should die last, but in some cases like this, the hope will start to die first, you know, so we don't want that. So when people look at many times, they don't know about those different analyses. What they do, they either listen, and many times there was also a mistake that I did not long ago with one of my relatives. You know, I heard somebody spoke about this pro US. Okay, they spoke about that. It was at 170. Sorry, no, it was at 370. Oh, what was it at? Let me see. It was in, I will tell you, it was 370, I want to say. It was before this massive drop. It was very different price. So it was somewhere up here, okay, in that range. And we bought long. So it came long for a few days, and then look at this massive rally. Now, for it to go back up here, you know, if we're still holding this, I don't even know. It would go so much down that for us to recoup on that, we needed to go to like $10, and the most it's ever been at, it's like $3.98, $3.98. So we are losing, let's say an example, $2. We need to go back up, and we need to basically go to like $5 to make good risk to reward. And for it to happen, it's not going to be as easy as most people think, or as time consuming. So the one that I'm talking about, it's actually on this one also. Why he entered, no clue. Somebody said to enter, and he thought that sounds like a great plan, and he just entered. So he entered. His average price is 72. Okay, so look at that. Average price is 72. Let me just hide those charts. Average price is 72, which is right here. So we need a move from here to 72. Oh, right there, the green mark, I forgot. So to 72, which is another 36%. 35%. It's another 1900 ticks for it to reach there. That's a lot. It can happen. In what time frame it happened? March to July, or March to July. So basically, took what 3 months, 4 months to get to that bottom. I hope for him it will happen in the next 2 months, so he can. But then again, he will close so much faster. We want to see at least that it's coming to this high, which is 1-to-1 risk to reward, not even. It's not even 1-to-1 risk to reward, and that's why most of those people, they think, oh great, I'm making good amount of money, because it's half, 1.5 risk to reward. Here, let's give it 1-to-6 risk to reward. So he risked, let's say $5,000, which is more. He risked like 7,500 to make, like, I don't know, to make maybe $3,000. Okay, so it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And then he might think, oh look, I made good amount of money, but it's not really worth it. So what happened? Most people think it's easy, and they enter based on not analysis, based on what they hear from somebody, based on emotions, based on different type of news that come out of all of a sudden, and whatever the case might be. So I personally don't recommend doing something like that. I recommend to do your own analysis, to make sure that you learn, follow mentors, follow people that actually have great results, high results, or follow people. Some people in the market, they are very private. To get to them, it's very hard. So if you know of somebody that got to them and shares like I do, I actually, for a very long time, I didn't share with anybody much about that. But then, I start to learn about that. I start to see that it's working for me, and I ask from my mentor for a permission to share what he's teaching me, because a lot of it you might find, but not very organized, not very controlled. So some of them also will not share their bad days. Okay, some do, and the people that do, those are the ones that you actually want to follow and learn from, because a lot of people will not share how they handle bad days, how they are planning to come back from a bad day. Okay, so I know myself also, some people, let's say an example, just as an example, they had here this rally. Okay, they enter, they're like, okay, great, it's gonna continue. Okay, and then they enter now, but this time they enter with a whole lot of size. And I have people I know that lost hundreds and some millions of dollars um, over a day, a minute, like a little bit of minutes that turn against them, and all of a sudden, all the profits that they work for years become negative. Now, some people make millions a day in the market, but and they lose the millions. So it's not a big deal. But those people that work for days, years, sometimes 5 years to get to that, to lose that so fast, it's not worth it. So that's why make sure that you watch some of our other videos that we talk about, the psychology part of it, which more important in the psychology, it talks about the edge, how you have to recognize your edge. So once you recognize that edge, you can actually scale and become more profitable trader much faster. I have a video I just recorded not long ago about how to take a 10,000 account to $100,000 within the first 2 months. Okay, because many times traders come into the market and takes them a very long time to get used to what they are looking at, and then they make a bit, lose a bit, make a bit, lose a bit, and then they become scared to take a trade. So it's important to understand how to do those trades and make sure that you capitalize on it properly. Okay, so watch that video and you will be able to learn a bit more about that. But yeah, overall, this is why it is, because when you see a lot of people think that you see, okay, higher highs, lower lows and whatnot, so they just take trades based on that. Sometimes works, right? Sometimes it works, but it depends as to when you enter. What that means, you see, if let's say an example, you enter like right here, right? And all of a sudden it goes up and down so rapidly, and then no movement, you might exit, and yet you exit just before that massive move. So in hindsight, that's what's happening. Many times when people look at somebody's success, right, they look at somebody's success and they say, wow, you know what, it's easy to do, like why they can and I can't and whatnot. Like it becomes an envy and jealousy. So here the same thing happens, right? When stuff like that happen, you see such rally, you think, okay, it's gonna continue to happen. You come, you enter, and that rally become a drop of your life. Okay, and all of a sudden that drop is not so positive anymore. Okay, so that's what you want to understand, that in hindsight it always looks easier and simpler than it really is. So make sure, again, I will repeat myself, but it's very important. Technical analysis are crucial, right? You might see right now, it's like you see right now, it's in consolidation area, right there, right? It's in the consolidation area. Let's see if we have a little, oh shoot, one moment. No. Oh, look, it's at the trend line again. So now, if it will break this trend line, wow, look, it's broke this trend line and went aggressive down. I don't know why the frick I held that. Honestly, I don't even know why the fuck we enter. I think we enter at 3.19. That was our price. Usually I would put the price I enter at right there. So I think we enter somewhere here, and then it came down. It came down, came up, retest that, and went all the way down. So we saw a little bit of life of the green. Now it's at the trend line again, and curious if it's gonna break above, retest, and go higher. That's what we need to see. Now that I just wanted to see nothing really. Okay, so that's what I have for you, really. Most people think in hindsight it looks a lot easier than it is. It's true, but then when you put your own money and all of a sudden see that it's becoming red and red and red and red, you close the trade, and then it's come to your favor, and you're like, what the fuck, right? So that's what you want to learn, how to pretty much eliminate, so to speak, right? Now, I will record also another video that was about my trade today and the type of results I got. You will be amazed, honestly. You will be amazed because it's somewhat might be connected very well to this video. So I will be recording that next, and we'll be happy to know what you think about that. Okay, so let me know what you think about this video. My name is Avi Aronov, and I will see you in the next one.